Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to Sixx Daze. I am Bob Sixx, and today I'm going to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart. Comedy. I love making people laugh. The sound of laughter, especially from someone that I made laugh, makes me feel like nothing else in the world. It's the greatest thing. And I started doing comedy when comedy was just going wild. Nothing was off limits. Sam Kinison was making fun of the Ethiopians and having sex with corpses. Just off the chain. And you know what? People were laughing. And you know why? Because they knew it was a joke. It's all jokes. When you go to a comedy show, you're not going to church. You're not going to a seminar. You're not going to a change your life meeting. You're not going to an AA meeting. However, in any of those places, if someone makes a joke, you take it as a joke. But going to a comedy show, people seem to take a lot of shit serious. I mean, crazy. Death threats, demanding their shows be removed from Netflix or wherever, Comedy Central, whoever's put the show on. Lighten up. If you don't like comedy show or jokes or humor, don't go. As I said in the other video, it's all opinions. Everybody knows that comedy is subjectional. But and I've given this example before and I'm going to give it again, and I have to give them from my own personal standpoint. Now I'm going to address a few other things that I see going on that I think are stupid. When I do my bum joke, one of my bum jokes, I have many bum jokes. And as I said last week, they're jokes. It's supposed to be shocking. And the shocking part of it is what's supposed to make you laugh. Or it being so moronic, or stupid, or mean, or whatever the case is, a joke. I don't really do this. But one of my bits is, hey, I give money to bums, but I make a game out of it. I only offer them money when they're on the other side of a busy road. I mean, you hold a 10 out the window, it's like a live-action version of Frogger. And if you time it just right, the light will change before they get to you, and you get to drive off without giving them shit. Now, before you go thinking I'm an asshole, I'm helping that person get in some cardio, which is good for their health, and will help them live longer. So when you think about it like that, I'm really doing God's work. You would not believe how much flack I get from that sometimes. The number one joke that upsets people, and I point out all the time, the person that the joke is based on thinks it's funny. His mother thinks it's funny. He is one of my best friends for my entire life. Him and one other friend are the two that have set the bar for friendship. And nobody even comes close to those bars. Does that mean I don't have good friends? No. But nobody is at the level, I'll just say their first names, of Jeff and Chris. The best two friends I've ever had, bar none. I would never do anything to purposely hurt either one of them. If I thought that any part of my joke about my best friend with Jeff, if I thought any part of that would hurt his feelings or he would find it offensive, I would never tell the joke. Here's the joke. A lot of people ask me if I'm gay. I'm not. I know that I'm not because I've thought about it. Oh, wait. I don't mean I've thought about switching teams. I've pondered, is there any possibility that I could be? Maybe wondering, well, why would you think that? Because growing up, my best friend was gay. We're still friends to this day. He lives in Arlington. I didn't know he was gay for the first couple of years. I just thought he kept blowing me because my girlfriend wouldn't do it. As you can see, he set the best friend bar pretty fucking high. I catch a lot of flack over that joke. It's a joke. I would never say anything malicious about my friend. Ever. I love him more than I love my biological brother. That's a fact. I would never hurt him. Best friend. So, for people to get upset, if you don't like the joke, that's fine. But to come up and tell me, you can't say that. I can, and I did, and I will again next time I'm on stage. It's a joke. A lot of people are upset about Dave Chappelle's new special on Netflix. Let me tell you something. Dave Chappelle is a legend. He is the equivalent of what George Carlin was at the peak of his career, before he became that bitter, old, disgruntled man that we all just sadly went, ooh. Dave's jokes are brilliant. They're well-timed. They're well-constructed. They're not even as gross as some of them are. I mean, they're not gross to me, but I've heard them described as gross. As gross as some of them are, as borderline offensive as some of them are, they're not. He toes that line right up to the door, and if you choose to open the door and walk through it, well, that's on you. Dave didn't take you through that door. He is a brilliant comic. So for all these people to be going, oh, Dave's... For one, you're giving him extra publicity, so I'm sure he digs the hate. But much like most other comics, we don't give a shit if you don't like us. We're not concerned about the people who don't like us. We're concerned about the people who do like us, who do find us funny, the people we are making laugh. I had a stall while I remembered Tom Shakura's name. And I may be saying it wrong, but that's how I think it's pronounced. His Netflix special that people demanded either you remove it or we're canceling our subscription. Because of a joke. The 12th chromosome thing, or whatever it was, about retards. One of the main people I saw upset about it didn't see it. He wasn't at the show. His girlfriend, I'm so sorry. His daughter, who has Downs, I think was the case, wasn't there. Tom didn't say it to her. A friend of his was at the show, found the joke offensive, thought of this guy immediately, and went and told him. Several problems with that. Number one, if you don't find the joke funny, it's not funny to you. Other people laughed. Other people took it for what it was, a joke. But this guy, instead of letting it die right there, went and told his friend, who he knew would shake up, about it. And then he went hog wild. If anything, that guy should be pissed off at his friend for telling him. Here's a personal example. My father died of a very aggressive form of Parkinson's disease. I continue to tell Parkinson's jokes, not as part of my act, but just, I know a handful of Parkinson's street jokes. And I told him. And when I heard other comedians do Parkinson's jokes, I laughed. And you're sitting there going, but your father was dying of it. They weren't saying it to my father. They didn't come and tell me, hey, tell your dad this one. Or, hey, I bet you know this. That wasn't the case. They're jokes being told on stage. And oddly enough, what changed me, my opinion to where I don't, I mean, when people still say them, and it doesn't bother me, but I don't laugh at them, was the first time I saw Michael J. Fox give an interview when he was having a particularly bad day. To see him, in that case, see, my father didn't have all the shaking and shit. He had some, the Tremors. He had some, but not to the degree that I saw Michael J. Fox having. And it was at that moment I said, I don't think anything's funny about that shit. Does that mean you can't tell the jokes? No. Does it mean that you can't find them funny? Well, no. We all have things that are funny and not funny. So keep that in mind when you go to a show. You don't have to laugh at every joke. You don't have to think every joke's funny. Some of it has to do with timing. Today, oh shit, yeah, that bum joke was hilarious. And next time you see me and you're with some of your other more conservative friends, oh shit, I wish he hadn't told that. That's mean. They're jokes. If you're someone who can't take a joke, all jokes, either you find it funny or you don't. But if you don't, you just let it go. Let it die right there. Because the worst thing you can do to a comedian is not laugh. Dead silence is the worst thing. If you get mad at us, it's still a reaction. It still counts. You heard what I was saying. You gave me a response. Keep that in mind. If you don't like something that a comedian says, let it die right there. You're not going to hurt his career. Do you think Tom stopped touring because of that incident? No. You think Dave's not going to do another special? No. You think Dave's going to stop performing? No. And why? Because that's what they are. They are comedians, and they look at all sorts of shit and they make absurd comments about them. So let it die right there. If you don't like it, let it go. That's it. That's all you got to do. The most important thing is that you take humor and you laugh. We all use it for all sorts of different mechanisms. We laugh, we deal with pain, we deal with sadness, all sorts of stuff. But people are getting so serious, and you can't say that because it offends me. And you can't say that because it offends me, and it hurts my feelings, and I mean this from the very bottom of my heart. If there's anything that I say or do that offends you, fuck you. I don't care. Don't like me, don't watch me. Don't want to be my friend, don't. I have plenty of people that like me despite that. Now, if you haven't already shut this off going, oh my God, that went off the rails quick. I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Hey, I hope you all have a great day. If you get the chance, please make someone laugh. We need it so much, especially now. Until next time, I am Bob Sixx.